Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of This is the Police. Last time out we found out that we are resigning and so is our friend Francis Kendrick, I think his name was. And that we might end up doing some odd jobs to earn 500,000 in 180 days, and we're supposed to keep quiet during that time. I doubt that's gonna happen. So let's just see how this goes. Right, feminist organisation denied official registration. Robespierre to reveal his identity when the time is right. And enemies using feminists to destroy Freeburg. Let's go to work. Oh,
Whenever I'm alone at home and there's a knock at the door, I always hope it'll be my wife, Laura. She's always forgetting her keys.
a silly Laura.
Hello, my name is Steve, and you're Jack Boyd, is that right?
To get
Oh,
to my
okay
front
then.
door, the Bible boys walked about a mile from the local bus stop, jumping over mud puddles and skirting a couple of landfills. Laura doesn't go in for religion either, but according to her, these brave lunatics with their fake smiles deserve at least a minute of attention. She patiently listens to them, asks them questions, regales them with pastries, and never once dropping a hint of condescension.
That's
When
not
I
us.
watch her do it, I've got to admit, it gets me. I'd have hugged those boys, sat with them on the porch, and lit up a cigar. But a month after Laura left, all I could do was quietly ask them not to bother me.
Ah,
Today I'm a little rougher still. Shut the door on his nose this time. Another couple weeks at this rate, and I'll be greeting anyone who comes close with my service pistol pointed towards the sky, ready to fire my warning
that's a
shots.
bit excessive.
In my life, even the basic stuff never goes like it's supposed to. Normally, when a wife is going to leave home, she'll make a scene or at least sit everyone down for a serious conversation. But Laura just disappeared. The children in the stories always stand on the side of the mother, but all three of our sons supported me.
Good on him.
The in-laws always blame the husband for making their daughter unhappy. But now Sally, Laura's mother, well, we sort of have a pact.
What
The
kind of
fellow
pact?
Laura ran off with is young enough to be her son. I hear he's 30 years old. Of all the possible information a man can know about his wife's lover, I get hit with that. Fortunately, Laura's mother doesn't like the way it sounds either. Sally figures this guy just thought he'd have some fun with a mature woman, but he'll be back chasing college girls before the year is out. So we have an agreement. Sally's gonna track down Laura and try to reason with her, and we'll arrange a meeting. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to not do anything stupid,
That's very
which
hard
of
for us
course
to do.
means anything at all. It's a crazy situation. I'm the police chief, and the person I'm trusting to find my wife is an old woman armed with a phone book. But I can't
Never
afford to
doubt
lose
the old
Sally
woman.
as an ally. So for the moment, I had to swallow my pride.
Guess we're ringing Sally.
Hello.
Mrs. Markham, this is Boyd.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sally.
is there any news?
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Oh, the
Have you
subtitle
found
was a little
anything?
behind.
An address, phone number? Have you spoken to her?
Don't worry, Jack. I've narrowed the range to two suspects, or whatever you like to say at your police building.
At my police building, we find people faster than a funny old woman chirping on the phone with my wife's girlfriends.
Oh, you're an old man, Jack. Come to your senses. They'd give us straight odds on the street. But I've got more energy, Jack. Maybe you think I'm a foolish old woman, but I go to my book club, argue with the girls about Byron, and it gives me energy. I talk to my dogs, and it gives me energy.
Gives her
And you
energy.
have nothing, Jack. You don't even have a hobby. You got no passion. It's why Laura left you.
Jesus
Let's not
Christ.
go back
This
into
woman's
that,
supposed to be helping
Sally.
us.
Find my wife, and we can discuss my hobbies later. I'm waiting for your call, and my patience is running thin. Laura, if you've stopped loving me, I'll let you go. I can't expect the impossible from you. Just don't let me die out here, okay?
Yeah, oh, bless him. Start the car 3 times. Too tired, I can hardly walk straight. Can I go home? Yes. Um, see if we can give Subaki a little boost with as like I explained, I don't know if any of it is copyright. Right, day 4, 10 in the morning. Fire. Oh, really? A racist gang has recently made some trouble in the city. They're capturing black townspeople and beating them to death. They recently sent a message to a local radio station promising to kill all the black doctors, firemen, and police. We don't need any more dead police, especially not mere months before the election. The racists are gaining more and more followers, and even some of our citizens support them. You'll have to fire all your black employees over the next 2 days due to mounting racial tensions. I'm not gonna fire black cops if I don't have a reason to fire them. So like Austin, I can't remember how to fire people. Someone commits a serious crime and flees the scene. The case goes to your detectives. Oh my god. Okay. They investigate the crime scene, interview witnesses, and gather whatever information seems pertinent. One of your detectives will be lead investigator on the case. You can assign additional detectives to any case and will work under the lead investigator as subordinates. The more professional the lead investigator, the more effective the team. So we'll assign mowers that lead to Brito and Armstrong as the associates. So a member of the city's cleaning crew saw an elderly man approaching some expensive cars in the parking lot carrying a long iron rod. The whole street could hear him shouting, "Bastards, thieves, bloodsuckers." Okay, Kochi and Subaki. Anyway, back to firing. Like, he's too old, so I could fight him. Robbins, I can't fire. He's done nothing wrong. Middleton, oh, Middleton, I could fire as well. Austin, I can't fire. Okay, so we will fire the ones that we can legally fire, but I'm not illegally firing anyone. What's the point? It's all a bit bad now. I don't think I can fire. No. Okay. But surely I should be able to hire 2 more. So who did I fire? 1 off of each. So you go to shift A and you go to shift B. Jesus Christ, I didn't think this game would have such sensitive issues. Jesus Christ. And I didn't think the game would be like, yeah, you actually have to do it. Like, no, that's not okay. Carjacking. A gas station surveillance camera recorded a car that's on the stolen list vehicle. So Yancey, Asano, and Price. Just sending Price along ruins it anyway. Homicide investigation has started. Detectives have interviewed witnesses, collected evidence from the scene, and are pursuing the investigation. Expect results. Mr. Graham, who was a drunk witness, they drove by in a sedan and they shot like a machine gun. I didn't see much. Mr. Clayton, who was a neighbour, I only heard a few muffled shots. Mr. Carr, neighbour, he got what he deserved. He's been causing trouble for a long time, and recently there's been lots of cursing and carrying on. Miss Cobb, as a witness, I don't remember the car in the neighbourhood was quiet and never heard any shots. And another neighbour, Daryl Carpenter, the police these days don't do nothing. I almost died myself and went to buy some medicine and was nearly hit by some idiot's car. Okay. So obviously I'd say that's... Oh, that's the sequence, yeah, and this is where we get the extra, but I guess the longer they work, the better picture we get of the situation. The offender was caught and the officers are unharmed. Kochi and Subaki are on their way back. Yancey, Asano and Price are nearly there. So I'm still just gobsmacked that the game wants me to fire all black cops. That's just not okay. Suspicious individual. Corey Ramsey, mother of several children, has expressed her concerns about a suspicious man wearing bifocals seated on a bench beside a playground. He's been watching the children for over an hour and has taken several photographs of them. Purdy and... I was saying Purdy and Burge. The driver is nowhere to be seen. Way at safe distance. Ah. It was Burge that died. Not Burge, Price. Well, I guess we can hire a new cop for Shift B then. Blake Lakewood, welcome to Shift B. Sorry, you're replacing one of my least favourites. He was definitely expendable. As nasty as that sounds, he just was. Suspicious individual reports. The offender was caught and officers unharmed. Birch gets a bit more professional. Mr. Boyd, I'm opening Freeburg's first martial arts club, and for my first exhibition I want to hold a sparring match where one of my students takes toughest cop. After the fight, I'll teach him a few tricks, something that will help him out on the streets. We'll send Birch. He could probably do with it. Off you go, Birch. See you later, mate. Learn some stuff along the way, pick up some stuff, and come back better. Homicide. Your detectives present frames different versions of that, blah blah blah. You've got 3 new frames. Open investigation. So they get it wrong half the time, but a good cop can separate fact from fiction if they know how to look at case materials. The more professional the detectives working on an investigation, the better their instincts. To get to your suspects, you'll need to figure out the true sequence of events at the crime scene using the frames you think likely, sometimes with a little guesswork thrown in. If you add it all up, the sequence fails, you're probably telling the wrong story. So it's a sedan. And the drunk one said it was a machine gun, so it's definitely not a machine gun. Mr. Clayton says he heard a few muffled shots, so I'm going to guess it was a silencer. Lots of cursing and carrying on. What's this? Drug lord. Guessing that goes there and that there. When investigation pans out, you have yourself a suspect. Sometimes there's more than one, but in this case, your detectives have narrowed it down to a single candidate. Suspect is Travis Horton, a known racist who already has several previous convictions. Your detectives have information on the whereabouts of the suspect. Sometimes there might be a number of locations to choose from. To carry out the arrest, 2 officers must escort the lead investigator to apprehend the suspect. If the lead investigator is not on duty, the arrest will have to wait, but remember that fugitives won't sit patiently until the schedule clears. Also remember that criminals will react in different ways. A frightened thief is likely to surrender as soon as the game is up. A brutal killer might want to see just how many he can take with him. With more dangerous criminals, it's safer to send experienced officers and even the SWAT team if you see fit. Well, I'll send Yancey and Austin, and I'll send the SWAT as well. Just to play it a little safe, we've got them to spare. Fight at a bar. Bartender reports that a couple of dancers started fighting over tips and a cat fight broke out on the stage. Purdy and Asano can go, leaving up Kochi and Becky. Fight at a restaurant. Bartender reported that fights broken out between a patron and the bar's bouncer. The man, apparently drunk, had climbed onto the stage while a local singer was performing and tried to sing a duet with her. Oh, it doesn't sound too harmful. I don't know if that whole firing black cops meant I've got to fire my investigators as well. I can't fire him. And I can't fire him. Not that I want to, but Chief, I just about nailed the jab a couple of times, but it was too fast for me on one of the points. I don't really understand all the rules, so I can't keep track of points very well, but he was alright. He even showed me a few tricks after the match, got carried away a little and pulled my back, think I can have a day off. Yes, considering you have gained considerable professionalism. On the stage are 2 strippers going at it, and it's gone beyond arguing to a full-on cat fight. The bouncer is fast asleep, clearly too wasted to handle the situation. The drunken patrons are happily watching the fight. Shut off the music, turn up all the lights. The strippers continue fighting, oblivious of the police presence. Let's step onto the stage and separate them. And escape, of course they did. Homicide report, offender call. You were able to arrest all suspects. Winning! I'll see you back in Kochi. You're going to that fight in the restaurant. How's that going to pan out? You arrest them? Yes. Cool. End of the day. Day 5, July 19th, Friday. Officer Blaine explains, I thought she was a suicide bomber. Retired police officer Thomas Blaine shoots a pregnant woman. Jesus Christ. Mayor Rogers said he has no problems with racists. What do you mean?
Why would a man need a barn? To store all the stuff you can't bring home. About 30 years ago, back when I was young and interested in farming, I carried all kinds of junk home. After a day in the field, I'd come home with buckets, shovels, dirty boots and clothes, and instantly transform the living room. But even back then, there's something I always kept in the barn.
What was in there? More pills. Jesus Christ. much,
I
Jack.
stopped keeping my pills inside the house because every time I was about to take a triple, someone would knock on my bedroom door. Now they're knocking on my barn door. Well, fine. It's not every day that someone comes to visit your barn.
Who this? Oh, it's
In
Kendrick?
all the years we worked together, Kendrick never came to visit the house. We drank at bars, went fishing, went to the mountains, even chased off some poachers one time. But he never came for dinner with the family. We never watched football over here. And now he's brought his friends to visit my
lovely
barn.
friends.
I always try to look unsurprised, like it's an everyday thing to get visitors at the old barn, especially guests with their own personal bodyguards.
Yeah, that's never good.
But Kendrick is sharp enough to see he's caught me with my pants on backwards.
Sorry for the surprise, Jack. We saw you from the car. Figured we'd find you in here. I'm going in for a minute, fellas. These guys will wait outside.
Of course I will.
How long you been dating the lover boys?
They're Sans people, Jack.
Yeah. So now you're appearing in public with members of the mafia?
That's a weird
Jack.
look.
I'm leaving tonight. More like fleeing. Jenny and I are taking the girls and making a run for it. Probably won't be seeing each other again. I've got new documents, a new name, a new life, everything new.
The papers say you're still working your last week for the department.
I've got to get out today. I won't be getting another chance. Don't know if you noticed, but the whole city is against me.
Yeah, very much
You
noticed
told
that.
your mafia friends about your plans.
Jackie, if I don't fix everything with them in the next few hours, they're going to kill me. And not just me, my family, my relatives, God, Jack, I don't know who else. They found out that I was planning to run and they demanded that we close our contract today.
What contract?
Your contract, Frank? Really? Is that how you talk now? Maybe you should call in the lawyers to straighten all this out.
Now is not the time, Jack, please. I have a commitment to them until the end of the year. They need an inside line at police headquarters. I can't just give them back the money. That's not how the mafia works. If I can't find someone I can trust tonight, I'm dead. You know me, Jack. I wouldn't ask you if I wasn't afraid they'd cut my daughters to pieces before sunrise.
Yeah,
He's the
that
damn
kind of
fool
person.
who puts his daughters in the crosshairs in the first place.
True.
Anyone in my place would have dressed him down good. But I didn't want to pile it on. Fate's already got this guy's soul in the grinder.
Oh, let's help him. We're retiring anyway. What's the issue?
Give him my phone number and tell him it's done. Don't call me. Don't come to work today. I don't want to see or hear from you again. Time for you to go.
Jack,
Get the fuck out of my nice cozy barn, Frank.
Yeah, that was the way to accept it. Lovely and nice.
At the time, I was trying not to think about what just happened. It was almost too much to take in. I'm probably the most popular police chief in the history of the city, and I have to admit, I've thought about that more than once, sometimes with a little pride even. In one of the features they wrote about me in the papers, they said it pretty plain. He catches the criminals. Believe me, high praise like that is unheard of in Freeburg, especially for a cop. And here I am, the person who catches criminals, and I've agreed to help the mafia, or I'll come home to a bag stuffed with my kids' body parts. Right before the last hammer falls. Hey, remember that cop who caught criminals? It turns out he was a mafia bitch. And all for the sake of a greedy, corrupt cop who should have fled the country years ago.
No, we're
Sound
just
right to you?
trying to help his daughters more than him. No one's family should pay for one man's mistakes, but hey ho, 3 turns for the king and we're off to work. I was up all night reading an exciting detective story called The Last Temptation of Neptune, but I didn't have time to get to the ending. I'm almost certain that the killer was a salesman's ghost, but I can't rest until I'm sure. Can I go? No, you're not going home to just reading a book. Jesus Christ. Righty-o. Day 5. No matter your personal relationship with the city's administrator, your police station is at their mercy. In order to maintain reasonable working conditions, you have to send appropriate requests to the mayor. City Hall. Decisions from City Hall depend on whether they're satisfied with your work. You can send requests every 5 days. The fools in charge of the city may refuse outright or accept only some of your requests, so only ask for what you really need. We don't really need anything right now. Maybe a detective slot, I guess. But I think we're fully staffed either way. Salary. Here's your weekly salary. City Hall hopes we don't disappoint. 1,200. Nice. No. Only if I have reason to. Every morning there's a dirty, wee-soaked, piss-soaked bum sleeping at the cafe. The man refuses to go away and growls at anyone who approaches, scaring all the customers. Birch Jr. and Morris can go. I don't think I can... No, I didn't mean to do that. Keep on shift A. No, can't fire him illegally. Not interested in firing him, really. Oh, I don't know. It's just a really weird thing that City Hall should be requesting. Robbery, a liquor store. A witness looked on from her window while an armed man with a stocking on his head entered the nearby liquor store. Van Dal, Samadi, and Gillette can go. Leaving us with Robbins, Grant, and Birch. Not exactly a dream team. That's not what I'd call them anyway. Right, Birch and Morris are about to get to their... Let's go to this fight. Hot dog vendor reports that he saw 2 Elvis impersonators grappling on the sidewalk. They're swearing in Spanish, beating each other at microphone stands. We'll send all 3 of what we've got left. How do we deal with the disorderly conduct? They was caught and the officers unharmed. That's what we love to see. And you've got to love Birch Jr. going from around here, jumping up to here. The shop has 2 exits from which few people have already fled. Sneak up to the back door. The stick-up man noticed the police presence and took the cashier hostage. He's holding his gun to the hostage head, shouting, "Back off or I'll blow his goddamn face off." Meanwhile, the cashier's yelling in an unknown language. Silently take aim at the robber. The robber grows visibly nervous. "Don't shoot, please. I just need the money." "I'll just take a little bit and go. No one was hurt." The cashier begins crying. Let you leave here upright, only if you leave the hostage. Fender caught, officers unharmed. That's what we love to see. Jack, this year the organisers of the Golden Beast Hunt suddenly changed the rules of the annual shooting contest. It now features teams instead of single competitors. Can you send me 2 of your finest marksmen? I'd really love to do well in the competition. I'll send you Birch and Grant. An antique Chinese necklace was stolen from Bao Liang while she was on the way to the shop pawn. Odell, Beasley, and Moser. Off you pop. It's a hot one today and lots of people are going for a swim. Last week 4 people drowned on the beaches of Freeburg and the press was in uproar. Please send someone to keep an eye on things. Go Morris. Wait for Grant and Birch to come back so we can do that one. Oh, of course they escaped. Destruction of property. At a gallery exhibition called entitled Sex Operation, a gang of young people in ski masks forced their way in and began smashing the exhibit, shouting, "We don't need this shit in our city." I mean, it doesn't sound like they're wrong, I can't lie. Oh, come on, someone. Get back, get back. Okay. Birch, Samadi. I feel like I'm understaffed in that one, but... Investigation started, so... Bao Liang, the victim, me and my husband got into a difficult financial situation and I was going to pawn an antique necklace which has been in my family for many centuries. As I was carrying the necklace to the pawn shop, someone ripped the bag from my shoulder and disappeared. I didn't have time to do anything, not even cry out. Witness, the offender was on a motorcycle. He drove down the road, grabbed the bag, and then escaped. I tried to race after him, but I didn't even have time to see if it was a man or a woman. Another witness, I couldn't see his face, but he was dressed in a jacket like those other bikers who hang around on the street corners. Another witness, it was definitely not a local biker. They are bald and have beards, but this guy looked Asian, probably Japanese or Chinese. Another witness, I didn't see a weapon in his hands. I just saw him grab her bag and ride off. Come on, Birch and Grant, get back so we can send you off to this. Birch. Yeah, that puts me down 3 cops, but we've only got a couple of hours left on this shift. Destruction of property report. And the offender escaped again, of course. I knew I should have sent more cops. Idiots. Got 3 new frames. Couldn't see his face, but he's just in jacket. This guy looked Asian, probably Japanese or Chinese. Didn't see a weapon in his hand. For that, recently expelled from university. Okay. Well, let's then delete, vandal, and swap. Oh, vandalism at Atticus Tower. Good. A guard went out for a smoke, saw a teenager writing obscenities on the wall of the building. I chased the brat out, but you can take from there. Robbins and Birch Jr. can go. We did it, Boyd. We won. Ernest really knows a lot about shooting, even taught us a thing or two. He invited us out hunting, celebrating, so we've taken the day off. We did. I don't think you decide whether you get a day off or not. I think I decide that. Oh, we've deserved a day off. Robbery. The vendor was cool. I'm not going to say officers unharmed, okay. We were able to arrest all suspects. Of course we did. Just wait for Robbins and Birch to get to where they're going and then we can end the day. Oh, don't. There we go. Vandalism report. Vendor caught and officers unharmed. Let's end the day. Looks like tomorrow is going to be a long day. More like the first of a lot of long days. There's just too much going on. Is there now? Let's end the day. Right, that is where I'm going to end this episode for today. It looks like we're going to start working for Christopher Sands after Kendrick does a runner. Thomas Blaine looks like he's in a bit of trouble after shooting a pregnant woman. What an idiot. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, dislike, do whatever you want. Have a wonderful day, and